Hello everyone, in this video I'll briefly explain and talk about earned value management as a tool to check project health and performance. During project execution and at specific dates, we need to check project status and progress with respect to cost and schedule. In other words, we need to know if the project is on schedule, ahead of schedule, behind schedule, on budget, over budget, under budget. So we identify issues as well as potentials and make corrective or proper decisions. Let's have better understanding of earned value management using an example of a project with a budget of $10,000 and a schedule for 10 months. In this example, we assume budget will be spent equally, say 10% every month, which is equivalent to $1,000 worth of work each month. After 3 months, we observed that only 15% of work was actually completed and a sum of $2,000 was actually spent. For your information, earned value management has 4 key elements: budget at completion, BAC, planned value, PV, earned value, EV, and actual cost, AC. Budget at completion is the project's total budget. In our example, $10,000. Planned value is the budgeted dollar value of work planned to be performed by a specific date. In our example, it is budget at completion times 10% times 3 months equals $3,000 worth of work. Earned value is the budgeted dollar value of work already performed by a specific date. In our example, it is budget at completion times 15% equal $1,500 worth of work. Actual cost is the dollar value spending on work already performed by a specific date. In our example, it is $2,000. Before we proceed with further calculations, keep in mind that any negative results from variances calculations or any less than 1 result from indices calculations reflects a project with unhealthy situation that needs further review and decisions to bring it back to proper situation. Let's check cost performance. Here there are 2 formulas: cost variance and cost performance index. Cost variance, CV, equals earned value minus actual cost equals minus $500, or in other words, the project is over budget by $500. Cost performance index, CPI, equals earned value divided by actual cost equals 0.75. Again, it is less than 1, reflecting low cost performance index. Now let's check schedule status. Here there are also 2 formulas: schedule variance and schedule performance index. schedule variance SV equals earned value minus planned value equals minus $1,500. Remember that each month we should complete a volume of work worth $1,000. That means the project is behind schedule by 1.5 months. Schedule performance index equals earned value divided by planned value equals 0.5. Again, it's less than 1, which means low schedule performance. Overall, our project in this example is behind schedule and above budget. This leads us to reforecast project budget, which is called estimate at completion, EAC. Estimate at completion equals budget at completion divided by cost performance index equals $13,333. So to complete the project, we have estimate to complete, ETC. Estimate to complete equals estimate at completion minus actual cost equals $11,333. And variance at completion, VAC, equals budget at completion minus estimate at completion equals minus $3,333. Now, the last formula is about recalculating the future cost performance index. It is called to complete performance index, TCPI. This formula has two versions. If the current cost performance index greater than 1, TCPI equals budget at completion minus earned value divided by budget at completion minus actual cost. However, if the current cost performance index less than 1, which is the case in this example, TCPI equals budget at completion minus earned value divided by estimate at completion minus actual cost equals 0.75. Based on all the pre-mentioned information, calculations, and results, there should be an investigation and review about project issues covering, for example, multiple scope changes, wrong scheduling, poor human resources, wrong procurement process, unhealthy team spirit, communication problem, etc. That's all for now. In case you have any question, idea, or feedback, please don't hesitate to leave a message in the comment section, or otherwise you can send an email. Let's keep in touch. I wish you all the best. Bye.